Well, I prefer articles like this instead of the articles that they used to come out with saying, oh, gaming is dead, gamers are sexist, gamers are racist, gamers are this, that, and the other, just with absolute spite of the consumer. Get this shit off my screen, get this shit off my screen, get this shit off my screen. Whatever. Oh my god, what the fuck happened? So, now I guess I fucked it. Oh, there we go. So, Baldur's Gate 3's Dom Eileen is gaming's most handsome woman. Okay, so a couple things here. I love how do you say you think she looks hot without saying you think she looks hot? Oh, you're the most handsome woman. Because this is what they do. Apparently they have a problem with you using words. Like, you can say a thing, but you have to rearrange the words to where it makes actually no sense. I mean, if you think that she's hot, fine. Personally, nah, she doesn't do it for me. But anyway, as games become more realistic, our beauty standards can broaden to include characters like Dom. Oh, no, hold on, wait a minute. Broaden. So, is she the most handsome woman or isn't she, right? So, are you making the statement? Because again, here's what they do. They say, oh yeah, let's talk about this. And when they say this, by they I mean the journalists, when they say, oh, let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. They don't want to talk. They want to impose their view on everybody else. And loose whaling like that. And you can tell because they have their comment sections disabled. Like they give their comment sections disabilities. So they don't want to talk. They want to impose their ideas on everyone else. And just let it be. Beauty is subjective. I'm about sick and fucking tired of hearing this. I think there should be objective standards, even the things that are subjective. Otherwise, how do we even know? Like, how can you even attack modern beauty standards if beauty is subjective? Like, what is modern beauty standards that you say exist? Like, what does that even mean? If beauty is subjective, like they use the same argument for art, which makes absolutely no sense, right? Because again, if art is subjective, like how do you know if an artist is doing better or can improve, or why even have art as a medium of entertainment if it's subjective? But anyway, beauty subjective. No, there are objective points of beauty that I think everyone can agree on. Like, just looking at her, she has scars, which, whatever. But for men, having scars makes them look more attractive. But for women, it makes them look less. I mean, why do you think they cover up their scars, right? And I don't think anyone tells them, like, you're a grown-ass adult, and around other grown-ass adults. Like, I don't think anyone tells you, hey, cover that shit up. Like, we're not living in Western Sharia law, right? I mean, whatever. That's only goes so far. You put me next to a picture of Ana de Armas and Margot Robbie, and nobody's choosing me. I don't know what the fuck any of those are. Between those two, though, you'd be looking at a pretty even split. As video games get more realistic, there's more room for subjectivity and different forms of beauty can appear. Baldur's Gate 3 is a great example of this, especially through Dom Eileen. So, you would think as games look more realistic, things will look better. But then you get like Abby from The Last of Us 2, right? You get that one goofy ass girl from Forspoken. I mean, she doesn't look ugly, but the idea is it's fiction. There's no reason why she needs to look bland. And again, having a couple games where the woman looks like, or female characters look like Abby is whatever. But if it's every single fucking AAA game where they either look like the girl next door or Abby, I think people see the trope. Like, people see the idea, right? You know, the games aren't what they used to be when I grew up. What's a game? Hold on, I'm about to go to the fucking Google search. I shouldn't do this because there's probably some here. Game. Yeah, see, I remember. Fuck. Don't do this to me. See, I remember when the game, they used to look like this. Now, obviously, people would flip shit with women in games look like that. But, now what's another fucking video? Like this game could barely run on the goofy looking netbooks that we had in school when someone gave me this game, and I think it was Dawn of War, Dark Crusade, and Soulstorm, and Arcana. But this is, and again, she doesn't really look that whatever. But, I mean, you had me as a fucking, what? How old was I in high school? Freshman year. Or sophomore. Because we didn't even have the netbooks for my freshman year. But did we have sophomore? Anyway. I think I was like 16, 15. And they used to look like this. God forbid they have them look like that now. Like, this is a handsome, a beautiful woman. What the fuck is this? See, now we're going into the fucking reads. See, no, this is a fucking gacha game. I'm gonna tell you, this is a gacha game. See, you have gacha games making millions of dollars that have nothing but this going for it. It has absolutely nothing going for them but this. But, and you know, it's what the market wants. Look, the market doesn't want gacha games, but the market wants games that look visually appealing and visually good. Like, okay, Baldur's Gate 3 is a good game if you're into homoeroticism. But, like, this compared to this, or compared to like this, I mean, it looks fucking weird to me, but you know, at this point you'd go for anything. I mean, there's just no comparison. What the fuck is this? Another gacha game? Nah, that just looks like fan art. Anyway, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Why are you talking to me like I'm 5? Every week I get a dozen or so emails from casino websites who have done research to tell me which video game character is the most popular in Texas, or how many Gen Z kids recognize Squirtle, or that my hometown is the 4th best place in the country for game developers to work. I don't know any site that actually runs this research, which is unusual, just random, which are usually, just random facts pulled from a couple of seconds searching the internet anyway. They give us the information for free on the condition that we link, what the fuck is this, link out to their casinos, and is this something completely fucking different? Whatever. Lara Croft, Tifa, and Samus Ares are always near the top of the list. And I'm not denying that. Okay, no. So he was just rambling. Oh, okay. They give us information for free on the condition that we link out their casinos. And in the mix is usually some list about which video game characters are the most attractive. Always with the same few names. I mean, yeah. Lara Croft, Tifa, and Samus Aran. Yes. Yes, man. They cheeked up. Yes. Like, is that a problem? I mean, again, these are games that came out when the graphics weren't so good. Like when you had 2 whole pixels to show the feminine form, and people go for these characters. Like, this is what the market asked for, even if it's just a couple of people. Gaming, at least when I grew up, wasn't really that popular, or at least when you did it, you shut the hell up. Now everyone's a gamer. Everyone plays games. Even my fucking mother apparently plays games. Granted, it's phone games like, I don't know, the card game. But anyway, I was in the top of the list, and I'm not denying that they're pretty, but they're also basically the only women who existed in gaming for over a decade. Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Bayonetta doesn't exist? That woman from Nox doesn't exist? Are you dumb? Samus begins a life as a reveal, whereas a pixelated woman stood there in a vague shape that looked like a bra to reward you for beating the game. Over time, the Zero Suit Samus, she has evolved into a bombshell-style character with archetypal prettiness. Most female characters from early eras of gaming went through this. I mean, yes. But then again, where's the issue? No, seriously, where's the problem with this? Like, I get it. You want to hit me with the Anita Sarkeesian argument that, female characters don't need to look like this, that, and blah, 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 blah. What if some of them do? Like, is that fine? No, what happens is when game companies, quote-unquote, mature and modernize, they change characters to look uglier. And again, people see this, and people point this out. But then I'm attacked for pointing this out. Like, we're supposed to not notice this. And again, when game studios had less resources and less things to play with, they still had these things, and they were 100% fine. Like, I don't think you're being purposefully ignorant, because that's a choice. Do you genuinely, they were designated as attractive by virtue of being the only women that existed, and as graphics improved, they were redesigned with their cliche attractiveness pre-installed. I mean, yes. I mean, Samus, Lara Croft, and Tifa, they look hot. And if you pour them over to look better, they should look the same way they looked. The problem is, especially in comic books, they change the way characters look. Like, characters that looked like attractive females, they either cover them up, or they change their look completely. And that's the problem. And they put in time, money, and effort to do this. They don't have to do this. It's almost like they're forced to do this. It's probably why newer female characters with more organic, realistic designs end up being criticized so much. Ellie, MJ, Alloy, and Abby. Yep, Abby. Because people know that they are deliberately made to look like this for a reason. People know why it's happening. Like, people aren't dumb. Like, I'm not dumb. I know. Why can't I? What the fuck is this? I can't hear. Okay. People know why this is happening. Why they're changing the looks of characters in games. It's because people who do not play video games, but they use social justice and the ideology to further themselves and push themselves up, could criticize these things. And for some reason, companies they change these things, which is why people are moving to gacha games. Because again, it's not that people like gacha games; it's that, you know, the artistic expression of everything else is being skewed and twisted to meet the demands of people who do not play video games. Have all endured this idea that they're not pretty enough, even though they all look far more realistic. Again, but it is fiction. They are pixels on the screen. If Abby is quote unquote realistic, man, give us fiction. Than Simus or Tifa did back in the day. Then it comes full circle as Abby, described by trolls as ugly and mannish with her bulky frame at The Last of Us Part 2's launch, now has Florence whatever, current face of Valentina Beauty, as her #1 fan cast. Yeah, I mean, and again, the actress that I think did the mocap and face cam for Abby, she looked beautiful. Like, she looked like a good. But again, they put in time, money, and effort to do that character dirty. And again, if I'm not mistaken, they literally just had a male, what's the word I'm looking for? They had the male character customization and just slapped Abby's face on it. And people know why they do this. It's because it's just almost like they do it out of malice. It's like they know what their consumer wants, but they do the opposite. That just doesn't make any sense to me. This is why I find Dawn Aline so fascinating. She's already one of the game's most interesting characters. You spend Act 2 looking for the spoilers, looking for the Night Song, believing it to be a weapon, only to discover it is instead Dame Aline, a godly Azimir who can grant immortality. She is Kitheric Thorm's prisoner, doomed to keep him alive. She's also in love with Thorm's mortal daughter, Isobel, which makes the whole thing very personal. Yeah, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you can't even romance her because she's a lesbian. But she has some weird dialogue options. Like, you talk to her and she's like, "Oh, I'm lusting over my partner." It's like, who the fuck talks like that? Like, what? Like, the fuck type of flirting is that? I don't know if I want to read. And again, I don't. They made her look like that on purpose. Like, again, all the male characters look hot. Like, if you're into homoeroticism, but they make most of the characters look like this. I guess that one demon cunt is the only exception, but they kind of did her dirty, not gonna lie. Interview. The fuck? But yeah, let's look at the comments. Because I've seen most, like look at this. This does not look like, why? I mean, I guess it looks fine. But even she has a weird, like she's like, "I want to lick your skin." It's like, what the fuck? Get the fuck away from me. I guess she's alright. But, it's like, you know they can do better, but they choose not to, and then they come after you for saying, you know, you can make characters look hot. Like, look at gacha games. They do this already. Why the fuck is this article so fucking long? Oh my god, I don't want... Is this the exit button? No, this is the fucking page up button. It's gonna fucking gag me to read further. Anyway, my argument is they can make female characters, and again, people see it's just the female characters they do this to. The male characters look fine. Take Mortal Kombat, for instance. The male characters look fine, even though they're soy in Mortal Kombat 1, but they look fine. It's the fucking female characters they do this to. And then people point this out, and then they get attacked almost immediately. It's like, so, are we not supposed to point out this trope? I mean, that is the name of the game, right? You know, you pointing out the tropes that, oh, female characters look unrealistic and blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine, whatever. Can I point out the trope that now female characters nowadays look ugly? And they are purposefully made ugly? Because they know what the consumers want, but they don't give it to them? And people move to gacha games like Genshin Impact and whatever the fuck that shit I seen when I was Googling Nox was? Like, can I not point this out? Is this not okay? Am I not supposed to say this? Huh? No? Oh, whatever. See ya.